So Chris Larson, tell me about this particular Torreya taxifolia.
Yes, this is our Florida Torreya that we named the Totem Torreya because of the totem pole right behind you. And we planted it in, I believe, 2001, and it's now 2015. It's a little bit pampered. It has its own irrigation system. Looks like some smilex is growing into it, which we'll cut out of it. And it's got a couple of other ones nearby. There's one just up there, and then the lost and found we had forgotten all about is just downhill. I'll take you there next.
So how is this tree so beautiful and lush? What do you do for it?
We do nothing. I shouldn't say that. We eliminate invasives from around it. These guys must go. These are laurel oaks. Laurel oaks will grow very, very fast and crowd out everything around it.
Right. Do you water these in a drought?
It has its own irrigation head.
So how often do you water it?
I've got it set right now. It depends on how dry it is, but it's set right now for twice a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so it never has to worry about anything.
No.
Do you know if it's a male or female?
I sent you something fluffy was growing on it, and you identified it, and I forget whether you said it was a boy or a girl.
So it would be a boy.
Yeah.
We'll take a little look at it.
Yeah.
Boy, but that is amazing. In fact, I'm going to come in here and take a look at.
Yeah, we've got a Florida yew, and you can pet a Florida yew.
This Florida yew has leaflets a lot like Torrey, but they don't have prickles on it. You couldn't do this with a Torreya.
Florida Torreya is a lot harder to pet. You have to be very careful.
Okay.
Because they are prickly.
Right, that's how it's immediately obvious.
See, I'm seeing little buds of some sort coming out right here. Is that maybe where it's... See right
Let's
there?
see. Let me get a close-up.
Here's a better one.
Here.
See? On the underside?
Oh, let me see it. Okay, hold on.
It's seeding or something.
It's got to get the
It's
focus.
getting sexy on us here.
Yep, that would be... I'll take a look, but it's probably a male if it's on the underside like that. The females tend to be more angular and at the tip. Boy, but look at this gorgeous foliage here. Talk about these wonderful longleaf pines. I'll get a picture of that. When did you plant them? How old are they?
The longleaf?
Yeah.
Same time. I think we planted the longleaf in 2000. 14,000 longleaf we introduced here.
Wow.
Trying to get back to the native forest, trying to reintroduce the native forest. I have a vision of the squirrels being able to run from Maine to Florida again someday.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in the tops of trees.
Yeah. Okay, great. So this is called the
Totem Torreya.
Totem Torreya. All right.
So this is lost and found Torreya. We had we hadn't forgotten about it, but we had assumed it was dead because we had had so many, it was completely overgrown in here. So when we found it, we were very pleased, and the reason we found it was because the property got hit by lightning and our irrigation system was badly damaged, and we heard the spraying in here. And so we had to find our way back in, clearing things as we came, and then we realized that we had put a head all the way down to this Torreya. So it's been watered all along, even though we didn't know it was here and it was getting crowded out. You see how much shorter it is than the other ones. And we did come out, and once we realized it was here, we've been gradually clearing more and more things away from it so it has more light. Tiny guy. I'm not seeing any reproductive structures anywhere, but it sure looks happy and healthy, and it's a nice dark green. This is a burned Torreya. We named it that because it was inadvertently burned during one of our prescribed burns. When they're laying fire, they're looking down, and we had it marked up top. So they didn't notice, and they laid fire here. It was completely burned on one side, and there are good pictures of that somewhere. All the Torreyas are pampered. They all have their own irrigation heads, and they get watered twice a week ordinarily. If there's a big drought, we might water them more and for a longer duration. So I can crank that up. This guy apparently doesn't have any reproductive structures anywhere, but maybe that's because it was insulted. Maybe it's because it's female. And I noticed a little, someone's making itself at home in here. It looks like a grasshopper has shed its exoskeleton in there. And
now, has this one ever needed liming by you? I know you've used it for the...
We just did it that one time because it had been so insulted after the burn, and that was several years ago. We keep the lime on hand, but I only use it if they look distressed. And when I say distressed, I mean if I see the slightest bit of yellow on any of them.
Yeah.
Then they get some.
Okay. And the road that you're walking on here, this is where, since you're managing the property for longleaf pine, and again, right up above here, we got a couple young longleaf pines. So this is why the crew did not know not to set fire alongside here.
This is Rhythm Road, so it's right at the corner of Rhythm Road and Totem Circle.
Okay.
We keep close track of them with our Torreya Flora. We have different tours, and our Torreya Flora, we keep them highlighted.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, here is our fourth and final little Torreya. This one doesn't seem to be doing as well as the others, but it still looks hardy, but I'm seeing a little bit of yellow on it. This one is Gazebo Torreya, the gazebo. And I'm seeing, besides the yellow, I'm seeing a little bit of lichen growing in some of the joints, which I don't like to see. It does get watered, but as Connie pointed out, it's got some things growing near it that are drought hardy, so maybe it's not getting enough water, I'm not sure. But we will put some lime on it, agricultural lime, and see if that helps it feel any better.
So what's remarkable here, Chris, is that all four of your Torreys, this one in particular, I mean, I'll show the picture of what it looked like when I first saw it, and it really needed help, and you got lime on it, and it started to recover. But your Torreys are all in gorgeous shape.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Now this one doesn't have reproductive structures either,
No,
so it was
just the Totem Torreya showing reproductive structure. This one's going to be in the shade of a sycamore as the sycamore grows, so it'll...
Actually, the sycamore's on the north side, so it won't be a
right,
problem.
you're right.
Right.
It's got a holly over here for company.
What we've found on the ones that haven't been tended, you know, on people's property, is that, golly, there's been 3 that I've seen that are large, and they have southern magnolias on their south-facing side. And so during the heat and worst of the summer, they're not getting the sun. They get the east sun in the morning and the west sun at sunset, but they don't have to suffer.
Well, I don't think that gazebo's tall enough to help, but we do have
No.
live oaks, big live oaks back there that might be helping with that.
Yeah. Well, good job. This looks really, really awesome.